Y'all ready? Okay. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome the New York born, Las Vegas made, always getting paid, with the Usain Bolt fast, the one to beat, but good luck with that. The man who never sleeps, and neither does his podcast. The notorious, the glorious, can do everything except Boris. Has the funniest jokes. Is always woke. The podcast GOAT. The man with the plan. AKA your host, Killer Cam. Now kick back in your seat and we welcome you to the podcast that never sleeps. Killer Cam.
And Jared.
And witness greatness.
Let's try this again.
Yeah, we called it.
We sure did.
So that's a little
I
weird.
hope that it was just a weird coincidence. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the podcast Never Sleeps. I'm your host, Killer Cam, aka Cam, aka Chipoy. And with me always is the knowledgeable and very funny Ja Resurrector, ladies and gentlemen.
Thank you. Happy to be back
Again, yes. So if you are new to the podcast Never Sleeps and your first time here, welcome. And here we're going to laugh together while we explore the new, the ancient, and the mysterious.
Yeah.
All with way too many pop culture references.
Way too many.
Yes. So glad to have you guys back. So we did lose the stream for a second there. The NSA, they caught up to us.
Did we not call it?
We literally said it at the
As soon as we started the stream, we
That's
go,
how it goes, baby.
If we get shut down because of this topic, then come back. And what happened?
Shut
5
down.
minutes in.
Just got
crazy.
into it.
Ian, welcome to the chat. Give
Welcome
him
to the
life.
chat,
You
Ian.
found us again. Thank you for coming. Chase, welcome back.
Ian,
Wow.
you finally caught us. Yes, you did, my
Yeah,
brother.
buddy.
Happy to have you and giving life's back. Yeah, all the crew's back. Good stuff. So let's try this again. Let's get into the freaking.
Wait, what are we talking about today?
Oh, yeah. Jared, will you please tell the people what we're diving into?
Today we are talking about the Men in Black. Who are they? What are they? Where are they? How do
are
I get
they?
there?
Yeah. Why is Gamora? We'll use the same
Why
jokes we
is-
just
yeah, exactly.
did. Yeah.
Well, now they're rehearsed at least. We feel
I know. Yeah, it
confident
sounded.
with them.
Yeah, it sounded a little better. That's great. But
Yeah.
with the music still
What's
going,
up? Giving life.
I know. So Men in
Yeah.
Black is going to be a very fun topic. We have a lot of cool videos to show you, a lot of cool stuff to show you.
Some
I think you guys are going to
evidence,
be
a little breadcrumbs.
And we have a possible theory that you guys may not have heard before.
Aha.
That could be the reason we got shut down.
100%. Yeah, that's probably why they shut us down.
So-
So, guys, again, just a warning. If you're in the chat, if you're joining us, if this stream gets cut before we give the old good night, come back. We will keep streaming. I
Yes.
don't know why that happened. It probably won't happen again.
We'll fight through it,
but
baby.
find us if it does.
Yeah.
All right.
We have to refresh, but it won't happen again.
Yep.
They can't touch us, but. Anyway, let's jump back into the freaking weak sauce.
The weak sauce.
So, Jared, you were saying you saw Guardians of the Galaxy
My
3
weak
finally.
sauce, yeah, was Guardians. I saw Guardians 3. I find it to be the
Good.
best Marvel movie to come out in a while.
Yeah.
And Quantumania I thought was good. I really liked it until I saw this.
Yeah, okay.
This was great. The humor was there. I love that we finally got to see the Guardians as a team that's been together for a long time. That hallway
dynamic
scene when they
crew and-
fight together and everyone's like on it with each other. Gamora's new attitude and how she's like
Different characters,
yeah, 'cause
really,
she
yeah.
never went through the whole heart of the first two movies.
I love. Yeah.
She's a psycho. I love that. She's the
Yeah.
true daughter of Thanos now.
Yeah. And I also like how, and it shows in the trailer, so
Yeah.
no spoiler, how she's like, the girl you were in love with, she sounds more like her, and points to Nebula.
That's a good
Oh,
moment,
do
yeah.
not bring me into this. Yeah.
Yeah.
So good. But
Oh shoot.
no, really good movie. Again, the animal cruelty stuff sucked. But
Yeah, that was but it was the heart of the film,
yeah,
and it's
you
good to bring
needed it.
attention to issues
Yeah,
like that too.
for sure. And
Animal
you needed it
testing.
just because it's so. Yeah, it makes everything hit harder.
Yeah.
It makes the movie better.
Oh, when they yeah, we don't have to get into
Yeah,
spoilers. We'll do a review of it.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
And tonight, guys, we're doing our Secret Invasion watch through, so that'll be fun. So prepare for that. But that's for our patrons.
Yes, that'll be fun.
That'll be a lot of fun. But so I got to see The Flash.
Yeah.
And didn't love it.
Yeah,
Didn't love
before
it.
we got cut off, you were telling me that it sucks.
Yeah, it's pretty
that,
bad.
That the humor wasn't hitting or landing. That's so frustrating to me, man. I was so looking forward to that.
Me too.
To everything about that film.
I'll tell you what, Keaton's Batman, great. Supergirl,
How could he not be?
didn't give her enough to do, but
Oh,
the
that sucks.
character was cool. The actor was good.
Yeah.
It was very Flashpoint-esque where it's skinny Superman, you know,
Of course.
but instead it was her. So that was a cool twist. But
Yeah.
they, you know, obviously that was in all the promotional footage. But
Yeah.
yeah, all around, just it was a comedy where the jokes didn't hit. They should have leaned more into the superhero stuff. Even the first time,
The series was good. The Flash
Yeah,
series.
yeah.
I loved that
yeah,
show.
they should have done even more that vein.
All the crossovers were so cool. I
Yeah.
love crossovers in any way. Chicago PD crossing over with SVU. Like I'll
but
watch any
that's nuts.
crossover.
Yeah.
I love it.
Yeah, but no, just even at the beginning, and this it sort of shows this in the trailer.
Yeah.
When he's like gearing up to do his silly little run thing, which by the way, one of the only jokes in the whole movie that landed was he goes to do the run, but he like isn't fast enough,
What?
so he just runs like this,
Oh,
like
no.
you know his fast run.
Yeah.
So, but it was
It's
like
funny,
for
okay.
comedic purposes, and it worked
Oh.
because he runs like this but slowly. Oh, it was funny. That was the only joke that landed, or one of two jokes that landed.
Oh,
but
man.
no, at the beginning, so he does that. You know, he gears up
Yeah.
like you know how he does.
Yeah.
And he gets on the floor and gears up. Someone's like, and you see it in the promotional footage. They're like, "The Flash! Oh my God, I love you!" And he's like, "Oh hey." But when he was doing that, the logo started popping up, the Flash. And then as soon as she interrupted, it
Yeah,
like
it
went
goes
away.
away, okay.
And then he goes to do it again. It says the Flash, and then he speeds. And he goes in a straight line the whole time. Not one turn.
That's-
It shows
that's annoying.
it shows him going through all these, you know, cities and farms and all this. And it's a straight line. He didn't turn once. In the Flash show,
It shows
boom, boom,
behind
boom,
him
boom,
is
boom.
all this property damage.
Yeah.
All these dead
Yeah.
bodies.
Dead bodies everywhere. Everywhere.
Oh.
So
TBRF.
TBRF said, love the Men in Black.
Welcome to the
Here
chat.
come the Men in Black.
Yeah.
Chase Mack loved Guardians
So-
Tree.
it was so good,
Yeah.
man.
Let's just read the comments
Right
from
away.
here on out.
Boom. So as soon as the
Great
movie
to see
started.
you, D Live Y.
Yeah, welcome back, man.
I need alcohol for
So
this.
yeah, talking Men in Black today. I'm excited to get into that. I know that some people missed the Marvel Minute. We saw some chatter that the Marvel Minute's actually a segment that was missed last week. So
Yeah.
what do you think? Should we do it this week?
Oh, did you hear feedback that it was missed?
Yeah. People were like, "What happened to the Marvel Minute?"
Yeah, I know there's some Marvel stands out there just like us. All right, so you want to do a Marvel Minute this week?
I'm good. As long as your week sauce is done, let's dive into the fun topic.
My
of the
week
day.
sauce was I saw The Flash. I ate good sushi that was
Oh,
way
that sounds
overpriced,
good.
$22 per oyster shot.
Was it warm?
The sushi was warm and cooked.
Okay. It was
So that part
basically,
was good.
A piece of chicken. I don't know why I called it sushi.
Yeah, no, it was at home. It
was,
I
yeah,
got
it
it
was
at
shake and
Smith's. Yeah, it was shake and bake. By the way, I met somebody who he's a retired guy who always
Yeah.
comes into my work, and his former job was working at a shake and bake factory.
Oh, that's great.
And
I
he
love
talked
shake
about
and bake,
I know
dude. I
he talked
freaking
about
love it.
the vibration, how he had to calibrate that because they'd vibrate the crumbs on
Nothing
this
gross
thing.
about it though, right?
No,
No, don't tell me if there is.
no, cool,
Okay.
not gross. He talked about how government agencies would come in and
Yeah.
use their like vibration technology thing for certain stuff,
Hmm.
and that and their hyper warming, whatever he called it.
That's interesting.
Super interesting.
Yeah.
They'd also use their heating mechanism.
They had an anti-gravitics program, so they would show
shake and,
up.
Yeah, so Shake and Bake had an anti-gravitic flying machine.
And surprisingly enough, government would come in and want to use it.
Yeah, right.
Wow.
But,
good. 'Cause I love Shake and Bake. I'm
Yeah.
a big Shake and Bake supporter. In fact, as part of my week sauce, my fiance made
Don't
me
tell me you made
some
some
of
Shake
the
and Bake.
greatest Shake and Bake.
You
pork
literally had Shake and
chops.
Bake?
We did. We
That's so
literally
funny,
had
dude.
it. Yeah, it
Is that why you said? Is that why we brought up Shake and Bake? You
I
said
don't
you ate
know.
it.
It just came out of nowhere. But
Weird.
we were talking about the sushi. The sushi just kept becoming something more and
Oh
more.
yeah,
you
more
could-
extreme.
that you
Got
can make
it.
at home.
And that probably came to your head because
Yeah.
you ate it recently.
But she
Got
made it so it was so good.
So
Yeah.
I guess we'll do a Marvel Minute for the people.
Dude, let's do a Marvel Minute. I'm excited to
I'm
get back
just
to that segment.
wondering-
Yeah,
what can relate. I don't know. I guess we'll figure it out
let's figure it out together.
on the way there. Ladies and gentlemen, the Marvel Minute.
Oh yeah, look at that logo.
I'm just gonna leave the logo up the rest of the
Look at
episode.
that logo.
Marvel Minute Hour.
Look, we got the new alien, the Vegas alien picture up there on the
Yeah,
top.
yeah.
What else we got? We got the Ghost in there. We've got
Captain America,
oh, look,
Iron
we got,
Man,
yeah, Iron Man working
Arnold
on the boot.
Schwarzenegger.
Our
We got
Inner
Bigfoot.
Earth
We
is
got
there.
Terminator. We got it all, baby.
Yeah, John Jones was in there. Got some good stuff.
Yeah, we got John Jones, heavyweight champion of the world. D Livewire said the Marvel Minute Hour. LOL. Okay,
Yeah,
you know what,
that's
buddy?
funny.
You know what, pal?
Well, it won't be too long.
Oh, let's make it long just because screw this guy. No, I'm just kidding. So yeah, what do we have for the Marvel Minute that would apply?
Well,
Jared?
let's think about this for a second. So,
Let's think. I
what
like
in the
thinking.
Marvel universe is similar to the Men in Black, which is our topic today? We're talking Men in Black. Dude, early on in the MCU, Shield was the Men in Black. Coulson
Basically.
was a 100 with the glasses and the suit and showing up randomly, putting tents up and hiding things and the black cars, and they would surround you. And so, yeah, so I thought that, Shield was the Men in Black in the MCU up until, they were Hydra. They were revealed to mostly be Hydra agents. Yeah, unfortunately. But yeah, so I thought there were some cool examples of that.
Oh, cool. Yeah. There is some cool examples of that. So, and here they are right here.
Yeah. So as we're watching this, so yeah, one of the, here's all these people are surrounded the hammer. But so something fell out of the sky, something came from the heavens that all these people are now witnesses to.
Yeah.
They roll in.
Tell me this scene, just this right here.
Yeah.
This still is not total Men in Black
That's
stuff
the Men in
right
Black,
here.
exactly.
Come on now.
Guys, we need to hide everything, kick
Yeah.
everybody out, and then put a tent so no one can see what we're doing.
Yeah, the tent. Yeah, come on, building the tent. That's so government
This whole
experimental
infrastructure
stuff.
Yeah,
come on,
look at this.
That's
That is
hysterical.
it's straight ET Men in Black. I
Yeah.
mean, yeah, they totally.
Oh, straight ET, huh?
Yeah, nailed it.
Yeah.
And even having like guys on staff who are.
Why would Hawkeye even
Trained
reach?
killers.
Why would he ever reach for the rifle?
Agent Coulson says we need someone up high with a gun.
No, why would he ever reach for the
Because
rifle?
he said a gun specifically. So I think he was gonna follow the order and then goes, well,
I'm me.
why would I do that?
Because
Yeah.
I'm Hawkeye.
Exactly.
Let me not do that. What's better, burgers or
look
hot
at this.
dogs?
Look at this whole infrastructure.
I know it's sick.
What's better, burgers or hot dogs?
Chase,
Shoot, that's a tough one. Honestly, it depends on my mood.
Burgers are more applicable throughout
I
the,
agree.
the
I could
day,
eat burgers
but
all
hot
the time.
dogs, a good hot dog every now and then is unbeatable.
Yeah.
But yeah. So Men in Black, the way Coulson. So remember Fury's big week.
Yeah, of course.
So what did they have to do during that week? So it was Coulson, Fury, and that other agent who's part of Hydra.
Yeah, Stan.
It doesn't matter. Let's call him Agent Folson.
No, wait, hold on. We can real quick. Don't you think we can come up with his name?
I'm
if you
cool.
know it in the chat, call it out. It's what is so and so doing?
Sitwell.
Sitwell. Thank you. I knew it was with an S and a T.
Yeah, Sitwell. So it's him, Agent Sitwell.
Yep.
This is where Fury shows up to Stark's pad.
After he reveals who he is.
Yeah. He's like, and originally, in
Yeah.
the original cut of this, he said, "We got web slingers." Stark, there's a lot you don't know. There's there's mutated spiders. There's the Hulk.
You're not the only hero in the world.
Yeah, there's Captain. He just names them all.
Universe.
There's Captain America.
That would be great.
yeah, he's like, wait, what?
We got this Black Widow lady.
Yeah, we got
a
Hawkeye.
guy.
Crazy. Yeah,
This
we
is
got a
Superman in Black
god.
too. They kidnapped this guy basically from his slumber, and they put him in
his
a
slumber.
fake city hospital with fake
50s
sounds and everything.
music and
Yeah, like this
music and
is
shit.
super like what because some victims of the Men in Black say that that they're brought to a facility, debriefed, and
Yeah.
then they wake up at home and they think it's a dream, but they're not sure. Very similar to something like this. They would put him in some fake facility that's all a facade.
I love that he just knows. Wait a
Of course he
tick.
knows, yeah.
A beautiful woman approaching me. Part of the course, he starts hitting on her. Hey, you sweetheart.
Why do you look like a 1950s video?
Yeah, why do you look a lot like Haley Atwell?
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah. Dude, could you
And even
imagine?
this,
Yeah.
busting through and you're actually in an office building with a bunch of agents.
I just wish you ran through all the walls.
That would be funny, yeah.
Because he basically
he
does that
does
in
in
Winter
that
Soldier.
Winter
Yeah,
Soldier.
yeah.
Sick.
Dude, whoa,
With
why
the
is that movie the
shield.
best?
It's the best. It's
the
so good.
Russos totally understood that
This
character.
surrounding him with a bunch of black
Come on.
SUVs and kind of circling around him, locking him
African American.
in. Cars.
Yeah,
Okay.
no,
Yeah.
I was just shooting for a joke there.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we got Nicholas J. Fury.
Oh, this is a great one too. Remember where she goes
of
because
course,
she's a spy.
this is one of the best. And
If they were
she's
the Men in
so
Black.
slick, and the writing here is great.
I know.
So good on Whedon and the writing team.
I'll
'Cause,
persuade you with
yeah.
that cute flirty.
Yeah, oh God. And it's
yeah.
a ScarJo. Come on,
Yeah.
what are you going to say? No? You don't say no to ScarJo.
That's not going to go well for anyone.
By the way, for people who don't understand what that is, and a lot of people I don't think do, whenever I say something that rhymes, I do the Eminem impression.
Yeah.
ScarJo, when you don't know.
That's true.
That's the Eminem.
If you
impression.
didn't get
people
that
just think
by
I'm
now.
insane. Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway, so this is the coolest scene just because she knows what he's capable of, and she's doing her
She's
little.
pretending to be alone.
She does her thing where she like her
Yeah.
backwards
interrogation right.
thing where she gets information by like
Getting them
pretending
to
she's the
reveal
one
it being
being
weak.
interrogated.
Yeah.
And she's like, in Avengers, in this movie,
Yeah.
oh, this guy's giving me everything.
I know, that's the
and
best.
And then she looks at him, and she's like, not you.
Yeah.
Like, I'm talking about someone else. So good.
I love how scared she is when she thinks he might turn.
Oh yeah.
That's
well,
a
come on,
great
it's
moment.
the Hulk.
Like,
you should be
A
terrified.
good few seconds before she's like, stand down.
So
love
these are guys who have done something similar to the Men in Black. Fury's big week,
Yeah.
where he had to literally deal with Iron Man, the Hulk, Captain America, and
going to my man.
quiet, sweetheart. Through everything
Yeah.
in one freaking week. So anyway, very, very Men in Black-esque. But
Yep.
I think we need to get to the actual Men in Black. I think that's what the people are here for.
Yeah, let's do it. But yeah, if you guys have any other examples of S.H.I.E.L.D. being Men in Black, Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. the show, there was
Yeah.
a lot more Men in Black, but just,
And we were going to dive into it a little more, but I just want to get to the
yeah,
topic.
we don't want to take
dude.
too long. This
Yeah.
is the Men in Black episode, man. This is going to be freaking
It's going to
awesome.
be, we got a lot going on.
Yeah. So how do you want to start it off?
So I say we sort of explain what the general consensus is around
Yep.
the Men in Black, and then maybe a cool theory we have, and then maybe you do that, then I'll dive into perhaps some crazy stories about them,
Okay.
maybe some sightings if they
like this.
exist, if they're out there, something like that.
Yeah.
You want to go that route?
I love it. Let's do it.
Let's pretend we didn't have this pre-planned and just maybe go that route.
Okay.
Okay, cool.
So the Men in Black,
Please.
because of the movies, most everybody knows who they are, right? They'll show up after an alien sighting
Here
or a
come the
close
Men in Black.
encounter, and the movies made them seem like these great guys, these galaxy defenders. The
ones you remember.
Let's look at the truth behind what the Men in Black really are and what the reports of these guys and what they did. So earliest reports come out of the late 1940s, and
Isn't it funny how all this adds up? Yeah, all the time.
Yeah, we're going to get into a little bit of the timeline here. So late 1940s through about the 70s is when it was the heaviest as far as reports of these Men in Black. People showing up after a UFO sighting, usually very quickly,
Yeah.
and then
Like-
debriefing you.
Like so quickly. Like I've heard stories where
Yeah.
the person sees something and when they get home, there's people waiting for them.
Well, that's extremely interesting.
Yeah.
So just from a more grounded approach, and I'll let you talk about more of the
I'll go
extreme
to the
side.
crazier side.
But just as from a more grounded approach, we have all these sightings of the Men in Black showing up, debriefing witnesses and close encounter people, anyone that had a close encounter of any kind, right? They show up, they ask you questions, they use intimidation, and then they tell you never talk about this again. We weren't here, you weren't there, you didn't see anything. Okay, so who are these people?
Yeah.
Can we guess?
They say you weren't here, you never saw us,
yeah.
and this is my thumb.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're
That's
real
great.
crazy, those
You
guys.
thought you saw a UFO?
Yeah.
Well, does this look real?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you saw a UFO? Yeah. Then can I put a pen in my nose?
You don't know what you're
Yeah.
saying.
So what's real and fake? You don't know. Slam the door behind them. Yeah. They're like, what
Okay.
the fuck just happened?
I don't ever want to talk about this again.
Yeah, I'm never gonna mention it. That just freaked me out.
Okay.
The guy did close-up magic and left. It was weird.
Yeah. Yeah, I know those tricks.
Yeah.
So why are these guys showing up, and why are the reports heavier between the late 40s through the end of the 70s? So I'm going to venture a little bit of a guess. I'm going to do a little bit of history here.
Let's get it.
Okay, so in 1943, a company called Lockheed goes to the Army Air Force. Now, the Air Force wasn't established yet, so it was part of the Army. So Lockheed goes to the Army Air Force and says, we have an idea for a jet. And they give them a proposal, and they say, this thing can compete with those German jets. Because during World War II, we still had prop planes that we were fighting with.
Oh yeah, no, the Germans were so
They
ahead
were
of the
so
game.
advanced.
They
They
were
were using
way
jet
ahead of the
aircraft.
game. Yeah.
Right? So I have a picture here of Lockheed's proposal of this first craft. This is 43. So this is the P-80. They call this thing the Shooting Star, was the code name for it.
Dope.
So 1940. Look how cool this thing is, right? It's sleek. It's jet engine. 500 miles per hour.
Oh yeah, Given Life was in the Air Force. That's right.
That's right. So he's
Yeah.
got. You probably have something you can lend here.
Yeah.
That's great. I'm just reading some of the quotes here.
What it say here?
In the chat? No, it's okay. Just
I
read
worked
through
at
it.
a play. Yeah,
But
okay.
just so I don't lose my spot. So this
Go
is
for it.
1943 jet engine, able to compete with some of the stuff the Germans had.
Yeah.
It could go 500 miles per hour. It could go at an altitude, max altitude of 45,000 feet.
Jeez.
That is really advanced for what we were using
Oh,
before
yeah.
this, right? So Lockheed gets a really close relationship with our Army Air Force starting in the early 40s. And they start working on these secret projects to come up with some cool aircrafts to fight in the war. Something changes. After this change, there's a ton of events that happen in very quick succession.
Okay.
So what changed? In July 1947, a newspaper article reveals that the Army Air Force has a flying disc in its possession.
Yeah.
And this was released by the Army Air Force. They're the ones who went to the paper and said, we've recovered a flying disc.
Let me guess. Did they ever backtrack?
Right, yeah. As we know, they tried to give how many different excuses have they given us at this
fake
point?
Reasons.
Nonsense.
264.
But let's go back to
14,600,000.
Yeah, exactly. How many were real?
One.
So
Yeah.
yeah. Anyway, so this is 1947, early July 1947. So even though they backtrack, all of a sudden, a bunch of interesting things happen right after Roswell. So
July 1947.
it was a dark, rainy night. I was smoking what was my last cigarette at the time.
I let the fire breathe out of my lungs. My only thought was her.
But real quick, so right away, as soon as the Roswell crash happens, within days, the Department of Defense is created. Okay? Within a couple months, September 1947, the CIA is created. The Air Force is turned into its own division. So now, if you're reading this as a post-Roswell reaction, we found something
If
interesting.
you read this as a reaction to Roswell,
Yes. If you're reading it as a reaction to Roswell,
then
we
that's
need
super fascinating.
We need an overarching defense department. We need to turn our Air Force into its own division. To
yep.
start testing and using and creating craft from our recovery.
to recreate the craft,
Yes.
to have something to fight the crafts, perhaps.
Whatever exactly.
Yep.
So now the Air Force becomes its own division, and this
And
is
then
within
CIA.
months. This is with September 47, months after, just a few months after.
Yeah.
And then the CIA is created, and the CIA is our foreign
We need
international
an
arm.
intelligence throughout the world.
Right.
Yeah.
We need to know what's going on and where.
Yeah.
Okay. With it, by 1952, the NSA is created. 1955, Area 51 is built.
Bang, bang, bang.
Right.
Yeah.
So we're talking within a few years of Roswell. All of a sudden, we've
All
got
this
this
stuff,
huge
yeah.
apparatus to support what we may have recovered in Roswell that day.
So if you look, okay, I see what you're saying.
see what
If
I'm
you
saying?
look at Roswell as the inciting incident,
yes.
then a lot of this stuff sort of makes sense. Boom, boom, one after the other.
Yep.
Oh, so this happened. What do we need to cover all of our bases?
Yes.
We need to know where else it's happening, CIA. We need to know
Yep.
how to develop this type of stuff, how to combat it. Air Force, its own branch, Defense Department.
Yep.
Boom, boom, boom. It makes
All of it,
sense
yep.
if you base it around this. And this could be, coincidence, just like our stream getting shut down. Maybe that was a coincidence.
Maybe, and obviously we can also use these this apparatus for other things, for war, for weapons of war, things like that. So now we already know that Lockheed has a very close relationship with the government already. They helped them build their first jet fighters. So if you had recovered craft, who would you go to help you work on it, rebuild these, and try to
My friend
recreate them?
Marvin down the road.
Yeah.
No, you go to Lockheed.
So you go to Lockheed and other defense contractors at the time. There's like Boeing, there's Raytheon, Boeing, all the usual suspects, Lockheed, and McDonnell Douglas, right? So you have all these different contractors that you can go to and you can give them little pieces. We know that the Roswell crash had
McDonnell Douglas, you give him little nuggets.
yeah, there you go. Multiple debris fields. So the craft couldn't fly. There's no way. There was debris for miles, right? So we know the crash destroyed it, and it probably wasn't operable. So they didn't have an operable craft to play with. They just had a recovered bunch of parts, but they know what it was for. So that's a good starting place.
Yeah.
Okay. By 1955, by 1955, the Five Eyes is created. So also within a few years, as we know it today, the Five Eyes.
Remind the audience what the Five Eyes.
So this is the alliance between the UK, the United States, New Zealand, Australia, and Canada. So if you were starting to look into this issue to make sure that your enemies and that other countries weren't also in possession of the same technology, you would want to get your friends together and say, hey, if you guys have any of this stuff or find any of this stuff, we're going to shutter it all under our roof. And because we're making some headway here. So let us in and let us grab it. We'll recover it, bring it back here. We have a whole place set up, Area 51 for this stuff.
Jessica Brittany said, crazy story. Coincidence? I think not.
I think not. Yeah.
Yeah.
So now we're up to 55.
Yeah.
So here we go. In 1964, Lockheed deploys this. Show the folks the picture. This is the SR-71
Whoa, in what
Blackbird.
year?
1964.
This was created in 1964?
Yeah. So,
Dude, this looks like it was created today.
17 years after
Holy cow.
after they created that first jet, the XP-80.
Wait, where is it? Is it?
That's what I'm getting to. So
Okay.
within 17 years of creating the XP-80, which was a jet craft that went 500 miles per hour at a max of 45,000 feet altitude, this guy can go 85,000 feet altitude, which is the curvature of space.
Yeah, see, that was going to say, this picture, how,
Because
what,
it's
where,
at
when,
the
why.
curvature. It can go 85,000 miles. 90,000 is space. So 85,000 miles off the ground, or 85,000 feet, sorry, miles. 85,000 feet in altitude. It can also go 3,300 miles per hour. So the state of the art was 500 miles per hour, 45,000 feet. And within 17 years, we can go 3,000 miles per hour, 8,500 feet, 85,000 feet. So that's a huge leap in 17 years.
huge.
Is there a catalyst to this leap? And this is the same company built both crafts. How do you get from there to there in 17 years? You probably have a little help.
Chase said, bruh, if that's 1964, then WTF do we have now?
Oh, yeah.
Great
baby.
freaking question.
Oh, yeah. And
Great
they still
freaking
put these
question.
things on display at air shows.
Look at this. Look at this. This is 1964, bro.
64, they had this.
Good God.
Built at Area 51, the same place where the
We
materials...
know it was built at Area 51.
We know for a fact, yeah.
Okay.
Lockheed, yeah.
Wow.
That's been declassified. 'cause
Stealth
this
bomber
plane's
came out
decommissioned.
in the 60s.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, so this was a high-altitude spy airplane, but it only took them 17 years to get from there to here, right? And we saw that there were all of these things happening during that time as far as the government and what they were working on, creating the Five Eyes Alliance so that they could go from country to country gathering this information. So if you had parts of a UFO and you wanted to recreate that technology, you couldn't just do it with the parts. You would need to know, how do these things operate?
Yeah.
How do they fly?
The propulsions. Yeah, you need. Yeah.
Right?
Yeah,
So how does all of this relate to Area 51 Two Men in
Men in
Black?
Black.
If you were going to find out this information, you'd want to talk to witnesses. You would want to talk to the people that actually saw UFO craft fly. How do they maneuver? How do they work? How do they operate? How do they turn? And if you gave that information to engineers mixed with a bunch of debris, you could probably rebuild this thing.
So if I'm hearing you right,
Yeah.
and I like to think that I am, you're saying that the Men in Black go right after these people see UFOs or abducted or have any encounter of any kind.
Yeah.
They go to these people as like reconnaissance
100%.
for like R&D to like be like, oh, so what'd you see? So it was
100%.
circular.
Yeah.
Okay, and you said the momentum was coming from the
How
rear.
fast do you think it was going?
Yeah.
How high was it?
How large
fast
was
did it
it?
get
How
from
tall
here to
was
here?
it? Yeah, yeah.
Right.
You get dimensions. You start getting, you start
Yeah.
building a picture.
And now you can give that information to your engineers and say, this is how they work. And now you have parts, and now you have an idea of how they actually operate.
Yeah.
You could start to try to recreate this stuff.
So you go gather the intel.
Yep.
Get a composite artist or whatever. Have him draw something up.
Yep.
Give it to an engineer. Say, here's what we got. Here's the information we just gathered.
Yeah.
So this looks like this is what they were talking about. This thing that we
you go.
retrieve. Oh shit.
And there's more than one contractor.
So you're saying
on
the Men in
this.
Black aren't aliens or
Right.
aren't the government its own body like in Men in Black movies?
Right. No, it's not a branch of the government.
So who are you saying the Men in Black are?
Military contractors.
Such as Lockheed Martin.
Such as
or
Lockheed,
Skunk
McDonnell
Works
Douglas.
or-
Exactly. Skunk Works was their secret technologies division.
Part of Lockheed, though, right?
Yeah. So Ben Rich, who was the CEO of Lockheed Skunk Works, which worked at Area 51 on these secret projects, after he retired, he gave a speech to some folks at a college, at a university, and they asked, how did you guys come up with some of your ideas? And he goes, we had a lot of help from unfunded opportunities. And he wrote on the blackboard, unfunded opportunities. And then he circled the U and un.
Fun.
He circled the F in funded and the O in opportunities.
UFO.
Leaving UFO circled. So he basically...
So that's like a code name.
Was saying, as a military contractor, we got a lot of our ideas from the actual UFO crafts themselves that we had. So that's almost confirmation that contractors had this info.
That was like the code name for it.
Exactly. Unfunded opportunities. That's probably what they called it.
That's what they called it. Yeah.
Very cool.
Wow.
Right? So,
okay.
Great thought, right? So, and if you were, and again, because there was more than one contractor working on this, you'd want the competitive edge. You would tell people after you got all the information, don't tell anyone else. If anyone else shows up, you never saw it. You don't know how it works. You weren't even there. We weren't even here. Because if Boeing shows up after Lockheed leaves, you don't want Boeing getting that information, right? You don't want McDonnell Douglas getting that information. So you would tell them and intimidate them and try to make sure that they didn't talk about this. What if an adversarial country shows up asking questions under the guise of being anybody, even a reporter? Oh, I'm with this newspaper, but it's a Russian spy. This was at the height of the Cold War when all of this was going on. At the height of the Men in Black was also the height of the Cold War during that entire time. And it was also during a time where our technology made insane leaps forward.
So you're saying that this video I'm about to show might not be realistic?
Oh, what are you going to show?
Life Men in Black. Here is a
Oh my
video
God, the
sent
voice.
to Apex TV by a man who allegedly works as a security guard for a law firm in Anchorage, Alaska. The footage perfectly fits the profile of what I would consider a typical Men in Black encounter.
Oh, that's
a
what he looks
strange
like, huh?
man wearing a black suit walks into the law firm and
That
puts
guy
the
does look creepy as
receptionist in a
shit.
trance with just a slight, almost robotic hand movement from the man. Nicole, the
Yeah,
woman
a
at
little
the front
strange.
desk, pulls the ammo out of her piece, grabs the
Out of
camera
her
from her
piece.
purse,
What?
and walks out with the man. What's more bizarre, Nicole left her phone and purse behind, which is quite uncharacteristic of her. Is this an actual sighting of the infamous Men in Black? Where is
that's
Nicole?
hilarious.
And what's in the camera that she carried along while following the strange man? These questions have been haunting me for weeks.
Yeah,
Haunting you
they
for
look
weeks.
like they've been haunting you. You look
Yeah.
real ruffled.
I'm so worried about this.
I am-
Somebody
yeah.
check on me if I don't answer my phone.
Yeah. I am in hysterics.
I'm not
as of
saying
right
because there are
now.
tons of reports and different reports about who the Men in Black could be. But I'm posing that at least some of them were government contractors trying to get intel on how these crafts operate
I
and
like
keeping
that.
their
I like
competitive
that.
edge
And it makes so much sense.
by telling them to shut up and don't tell anybody else. Right? Real quick.
No.
Do I have any evidence to back this up? Is
No.
there anybody that would say that was a former military contractor who would actually say, we employed these techniques to get information? I have a freaking interview with a guy who was a former military contractor who did exactly that and gave an interview.
He mentioned the Men in Black specifically?
He doesn't call himself that. Of course not. He doesn't call his people that.
course not.
But
You
listen
fool.
to the
You dumb
tactics they
goddamn idiot.
used for R&D. From his lips to God's ears.
That was so funny last episode.
This guy was he worked for McDonnell Douglas. So this was one of the military contractors that was working on these type
guys,
of special
he
access
worked for
programs.
Mickey D's. Don't
Exactly,
forget that.
pretty much. Let's listen to what he
I
has
wound
to
up
say.
going to my management and telling them, you're not going to believe this.
The
but
chicken nuggets are selling like
the
hotcakes.
UFOs are clearly coming from someplace else. They're clearly manned or humanoided. And the only question is whether we're going to figure out how they work before Lockheed or after. And so as a result of that, the company at that time, which has now, of course, been bought by Boeing, over several years put in about $500,000 worth of research effort under my direction to study gravity control techniques and also analyze UFOs. We hired a police detective to interview witnesses, abductees. We had experimental work and theoretical work. So it was
There
kind
you
of a
go.
fun project.
So he says as part of their research and development into trying to recreate alien craft, he would send out a detective to interview witnesses.
That's saying the Men in Black are us.
right,
Yeah,
pretty much.
pretty much.
So that is great evidence to that some of these Men in Black reports may be military contractors trying to keep a competitive edge. Boom. Boom, 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 boom.
All right. You know what?
Make a pretty good case.
Let's read some of this chat. Then we're gonna hit the news. And then we're gonna get into some other theories here.
All right. Let's see. We can start with Given Life saying
What we got?
took 20 years to get stealth technology after that accident. So exactly. To my point, he's saying 20 years from Roswell incident to stealth. That is ridiculous because that first jet I showed you, nothing even close to stealth technology. Look at the F-11-7. That thing looks straight alien.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, Jessica Brittany saying, coincidence, I think not. Then we have, the stealth bomber came out in the 60s, Given Life says. So not just the SR-71, but also the stealth bomber was developed in the 60s.
Oh,
Jessica says that we definitely have our own UFOs. And to Jessica's point, the earliest, so from whistleblower testimony, people that worked on these projects or had seen reproduction vehicles, alien reproduction vehicles, the earliest working models were in the 60s. They were able to figure this stuff out by the 60s, which is probably why the Men in Black incidents slowed down after the 70s, is most of the contractors got what they needed, in my opinion. Right. So also we have, Given Life saying, yes, this was during the Cold War. And, his father worked for McDonnell Douglas. Wow.
Oh, no shit.
That's wild. And Jessica Brittany agrees with me that it's wild. That's so funny. Good chat today. So that's my case.
Love it.
Maybe it's not all the Men in Black, but some of these Men in Black reports are definitely some of these contractors trying to glean as much info as they can to try and make this stuff work. So exciting.
Wild. So chat fucking going off. Keep it coming, guys. You guys rock.
Coming. Yeah, always bringing up good
always
stuff.
bringing the good.
Stealth
always bringing
bomber, man.
the fucking good.
Yeah. There is the Admiral Wilson memo, which directly ties the F-11-7 stealth bomber to reproduction and retrieval programs. And this has the Wilson memo was just entered at a UFO. What was it? At an open
like a MUFON
hearing
thing or
from
something.
Congress. Congressional
shit.
hearing.
Shit.
A congressman entered the Wilson memo into evidence. So now that memo is being overlooked, and they're going to basically say whether or not it is true. Most people who are involved with this subject already know it is 100% true, and it's been confirmed that it's true. But it was entered at a congressional hearing as evidence lately. That is amazing. But it does. It links the stealth bomber to reproduction vehicles. Yeah. But go
Wow.
ahead. Yeah.
So real quick, you guys know what freaking time it is. It's time for the news. Everybody's favorite segment. Here comes
Man on the ground. Man on the ground. Man on the ground.
So, ladies and gentlemen, we weren't able to have our correspondent on scene today, but he was on scene earlier today.
Yes.
And he did record us a little memo of his findings.
Oh, good.
So what did he get into? I'm not sure. Let's find out.
I'm excited now.
Hi, guys. Sorry I couldn't
Hey.
be with you in person today.
It's all right.
I wouldn't let that stop me from contributing. So here goes.
Yeah.
Let's go.
For absolutely no reason at all, I thought it'd be interesting to find out what would happen if you shot a bullet in space. First off,
Yeah,
you can shoot a bullet in space because bullets carry their own oxidizing agent in the explosive,
Oh, yeah.
which is sealed anyway, so there's no
Oh,
need for
true.
atmosphere or oxygen to ignite the propellant.
Awesome.
There are, of course, some variations in space that could be a problem, like direct sunlight might make the ammunition explode, or if you keep it in the shade, it would eventually become so cold that it wouldn't go off at all.
Yeah, at all. Yeah.
But avoiding all that, one shot, amazingly, a bullet will keep going forever.
Huh?
Oh, yeah. That's probably
This
true.
is because the universe is expanding at a faster rate than the bullet will travel.
Yeah.
At a faster rate than the bullet travels.
crazy. I
That's
didn't know
kinda
that.
interesting. Next,
Yeah,
because
it
of Newton's
expands more
third
than
law
1100
that
miles per
dictates motion,
Wait, is this live?
the force of the bullet
Oh, we over it.
That's genius.
Is this live?
Yeah, I think you got to go back into it.
Oh, fun. This is great, dude.
just fine where it was.
Love it.
But actually, so what he's saying is, and I didn't know that the universe is
Like
expanding
direct sunlight,
faster
like
than
make the ammunition.
which is an
One
average bullet
shot,
goes about 1,100 miles per
amazingly-
hour.
What'd you say?
A bullet travels roughly on average about 1,100 miles per hour.
Oh, you were just flexing.
So he's saying that the universe expands faster than that.
Yeah, which is
which
wild.
would mean that it's always going to be one step ahead of the bullet. That's pretty cool to know.
This is because the universe is expanding at a faster rate than the bullet will travel.
Okay.
Got it.
So that's kind of interesting. Next, because of Newton's third law that dictates motion, the force of the bullet coming out of the gun will push back against you. So let's say the bullet comes out at 1,000 meters per second. Because you're much bigger than the bullet, you'll be traveling backwards at several centimeters per second. But again, nothing to stop you.
Yeah.
So kind of interesting.
Yeah.
And by the way, guns do actually get carried in space.
What?
A standard survival pack for Russian cosmonauts included a gun.
That's great.
These space
No
guns
fucking
were issued mostly to the cosmonauts if they landed in an emergency area on Earth.
Oh,
They could
okay.
protect
Oh,
themselves.
makes sense.
Weren't
That makes
really
sense.
necessary
I was going to
for
say, what do you
space.
need a gun in space?
Yeah.
Why do you got a gun
But
in
here
space?
is one of my favorite space gun facts ever.
Let's go. All right.
Theoretically, you could shoot yourself in the back. Say, for example, you're in orbit around a planet and you shoot horizontally at just the right angle. The bullet, traveling faster than you, would circle the planet and come back around to where you are.
That's great.
No
Or,
freaking way.
as long as we're being bizarre, you could shoot yourself in the back by shooting the bullet at the horizon from the top of a lunar mountain. At about 1,600 meters a second or so, if you line it up just right and account for irregularities in the moon, you can hit yourself from behind.
Oh my.
I don't even know why I'm thinking about this, but I thought you guys would enjoy it.
That is very
Anyway,
interesting.
can't do a
Yes,
show
we
without
did.
jokes, so
Oh, man.
couple of terrible jokes for you. First of all, I'm reading an amazing book about zero gravity.
Nice.
It's impossible to put down.
Stupid.
And finally,
Did you hear that?
Yeah, I'm
do
reading a
if
book
you
about
see a
zero
green
gravity.
alien?
It's impossible to put
Oh,
down.
Wait
I missed the end.
for you. First of all, I'm reading an amazing book about zero gravity. It's impossible to put down.
That's so stupid. I love
And
it.
finally, what should you do if you see a green alien? Wait till it's ripe. Thanks a lot. Signing off. We'll talk to you soon.
Thank you, Les. Always a
Man on
freaking
the ground,
pleasure.
thank you, sir. Always a good time.
What about you could shoot yourself in the freaking back,
I never.
dude?
Why would we think about it? But I've never thought.
Why
about it.
did he think
That's
about
brilliant.
it?
Yeah, I love that he did.
Thank God.
We got the best news course. I'm glad
Dude,
that he
that's
recorded
so
something
funny.
for us.
I know, because he had a busy day. Because he's in Bangladesh doing that. Or I can't even.
Yeah, I got
That's my bad.
Remember, we already got shut down once.
Yeah, I know. That's totally my bad. That's totally my bad. Oops. Moving right along. So
Yeah.
off to me.
Dude, I can't wait to hear what you have to say because my theory is a little more grounded, right? But you seem to have some other ideas.
I seem to have the fucking goods. Perhaps one might say.
Okay. Well, then.
All right. So who or what are the men in black? Right.
Yeah,
I'm glad Chase and Jessica Brittany found that quite hilarious.
it's pretty fun. Those were good jokes. I can't put it.
By the
down.
way, yeah, I know. In last Crash Talk, and subsequently the highlight that I made from it, you say, "Sir."
sure. Yeah, I do.
It was. I'm like, that's so out of character.
I
for you.
know,
It was the
that's funny.
funniest thing you've ever heard.
I do that at home.
So, who or what are the men in black?
Yeah.
This is the question. This is what we all want to know. So we all have an idea. Maybe they're Lockheed Martin, right?
Maybe.
Or maybe they're something else entirely. Let's find out. So, by the way, I want to give credit to this channel because I'm just going to play his entire video.
Nice.
No, seriously, though, he does have... I was just taking notes, and I'm like, okay, I'll say this, and I'll say... I'm like, you know what? Let me just give him credit and show the video because he did so good.
Yeah.
By the way, when I say he did so good, God bless you. He just recorded something from the 90s and put it on YouTube. So God bless him.
The dude, the 90s has some of the best research, UFO
Dude,
research there is.
Because like people cared back then more or something.
Well,
I
that
don't
was
know.
when like Lazar came out and that
Yeah,
guy,
yeah, stuff was happening.
Victor with the alien video.
Victor Von Doom. Yeah. So Finding UFO is the name of the channel, guys.
Okay.
And they've got the fucking goods.
UFO insiders call them
How
MIBs.
90s.
That's an acronym for Men in Black.
Hold on, you have to hear
These
that. I
Men in
fucked up.
Black are one of the
Listen to
Is
what
that Tucker?
Yeah. Listen to what he says.
Okay.
because it's not true.
UFO insiders call them MIBs. It's an
Nope.
acronym for Men in
No, they
Black.
don't.
I've
These
never
men in
heard that.
black
No
are
one's
one
ever
of the
said
least
MIBs.
known and yet most disturbing elements of the
That's
UFO
so silly.
experience. The phenomenon is reported worldwide, and the stories that witnesses tell
Worldwide,
are
'cause the 5
remarkably
eyes.
similar.
Yeah, facts.
Seeing a UFO can be an exhilarating experience, but for some,
Don't we
that
know it?
excitement soon turns into desperate paranoia. After a sighting,
Oh,
some
shoot.
witnesses
I
report
don't wanna
that
see
they're
that.
threatened and harassed.
La La
Yeah,
Ron.
can you imagine?
Mysterious
Yeah.
thugs
La
known
Llorona.
to UFO investigators as MIBs, Men in Black. Just who are these
No
men
one
in
says
black?
I love when
MIBs.
people act like acronyms
And
and
why
they
do
say
they seem to
it
be
as a
attracting
word.
They
and-
make 'em up,
And then
yeah.
they pretend that everyone says it. Oh,
Yeah.
yeah. MIBs. You know what come on, everyone calls them
Yeah,
MIBs.
have you ever seen The Podcast Never Sleeps?
Yeah.
Nobody
exactly.
says that.
I was watching
TPTNS.
the news the other day. You know, kin.
Yeah.
Kun. Yeah, kun.
Oh, yeah.
CNN. Oh, my gosh.
Yeah,
you guys
yeah.
are not in the know.
You've never seen Oh, MSNBC, of course I have.
Find on those who've had a close encounter.
There it was. It's a long, lit-up cigar
Penis.
object
I mean,
heading just over
cigar-shaped
the
vehicle.
rooftop. Then it
Yeah,
moved out
from
of sight.
Austin
I went
Power.
back home.
Yeah.
And when
Sir,
I
it
got
looks like a
home, my wife
giant
said, "You just got a phone call." I
dick.
said, "A phone
Get over
call?"
here.
And it said that if you talk to the media about this, that your daughter will die.
Oh,
Immediately
jeez.
following a UFO
That's a
sighting,
hardcore
the strange
threat.
Yeah.
encounters with MIBs begin.
MIBs. He's still
would
going to,
walk
he's
in.
going
I
to
know.
say it.
And the way the guy said it was so nonchalant, like on the phone. He's like, yeah, so just don't talk about it or your daughter's going to die.
I'll just
Anyway,
kill
all
your
right.
family.
Later.
Wow, that is a harsh threat. And I'm pretty sure he's doing MIBs, so he doesn't have to keep saying Men,
Men
in
in
Black.
Black, yeah.
But the idea that you would make it seem like everyone calls him that
Just
is
say
so
the MIB.
silly. Yeah, say for the rest of the show, I'm going to be saying MIBs.
Or
for
just
Men in
say
Black.
the MIB.
There you go. Yeah.
Done. Yeah. MIBs
Come
is
on.
ridiculous.
Nowhere. Be driving a
Mabs
car
is
that may be
ridiculous.
as old as 25 years.
It is weird they
would
drive
be
old cars.
immaculate shiny without
Always.
a mark on it. The individual, in several cases, drove down to the end of the street, turned. The guy ran down after them, and they were completely gone.
Men
Laters.
dressed in black, driving black cars, reportedly follow and sometimes even threaten UFO witnesses. And their motives appear to be strangely sinister.
Witnesses driving home from having lunch at a restaurant have reported seeing a UFO. Before they could get home, they had cars waiting for them
Whoa.
to talk about the case.
That's a little
An
quick.
investigator was approached by a very Saturn-looking man. He said, you know, people that look for UFOs sometimes find problems. There have been a few
That's
cases
great.
where
Yeah.
individuals
I'd love it
have
if,
died under mysterious circumstances.
Reports of contact with MIBs seem to follow a definite pattern and occur throughout the world. One horrified witness was harassed by MIBs after sighting a UFO near Toronto, Canada.
And it was about 3 o'clock in the afternoon. There was a knock on the door. I opened the door, and there was this very
Sound effects.
odd-looking man standing there.
The way they're described,
He
this
had
is what
a
gets me.
photograph album in his left arm, and he didn't say anything for a full minute. He
Just
was
didn't.
about 5'6".
That'd be the
He
worst
was
encounter.
extremely
Hold on.
thin.
Ready?
Yeah.
Count down from 10 in your head, and
Yeah,
let's
okay.
see how awkward a full minute would be.
Full minute is
Yeah.
so long.
So 60 seconds. So
real
time this by
time.
6. Ready?
Okay, yeah.
Count down from 10 just in your head.
Yeah.
Hello, miss. How are you?
I'm doing fine. Yeah, that's only 5 seconds. This is like 8 seconds. Yeah, that's way a full minute.
Imagine 60 seconds.
Well, good night.
yeah.
Sorry, I was remembering a funny joke from earlier.
A human joke.
Yeah.
Sorry.
I was remembering human words.
yeah. Sorry.
Would you like some tea?
Yeah, I'm also
Another full minute.
Yeah. Yeah, would you
He
like
has
some
to
tea?
download what tea is.
Yeah. Oh, tea. Do you have
Lumps.
matcha green tea? Do you... He has to wait. It's like the Matrix.
Oh, man.
The Matrix. That would be so cool. If there was only an episode that we did like 3 episodes ago, you guys should watch.
That's a good one.
It's a really good one. Thank you.
He
Thank
had
you. You're
a
welcome.
slightly enlarged head. His face was a very strange olive hue. He
Oh.
wore a black turtleneck.
Ah.
black
Okay,
pants.
so
He was
something's
dressed
Tom
up with this
Cruise.
guy.
black.
Yeah.
His eyes were not.
It was
going
Steve
into
Jobs.
written. They were
Yeah, I get the
extremely
alien, but
long.
what
They
if you could listen to a lot of music?
wrapped
Yeah.
around his temples. I have never seen eyes like that. Those
His eyes go
held
around
me.
his temple.
They held my attention. They seemed to be boring.
He makes no attempt to hide that he's an alien, apparently.
Yeah. So, hello, man.
Pardon my olive skin and huge
Yeah.
eyes.
Yeah.
Black cases.
Aren't I
for the most
human-like?
part,
I
have
had an
stirred up
allergic
great
reaction to your
amounts of
planet.
paranoia.
I mean,
in many cases,
peanuts.
Our-
these people
our-
have attempted
our
to pass
planet.
themselves
Yeah,
off
I mean peanuts.
either as government agents or in some cases Air Force officers. At one
Yeah.
point, the FBI was very heavily involved in tracking these cases down and attempting to arrest someone, but no one
Right.
was ever caught.
That's true.
Composite drawings created from
There were
witness
so many
testimony lead
people pretending to be
researchers
Air
believe
Force
that
officers
MIBs
that the
could be
FBI actually had to open a case on it.
Yeah.
It was happening so
people who
often.
know too much about UFOs. In Russia, one witness reported being harassed and physically transformed by a MIB. Professor Paul Stonehill translated the Russian newspaper story about the woman's MIB experience.
Listen to this. This is gonna
His
flip
touch
your wig.
was
I'll flip
paralyzing
you off.
and left effects upon the body of those whom he touched. The daughter, she became magnetic, and she would attract metals. And like her hands became sort of electric
flip you.
conductors. Her touch caused electric shock. This is taking place now because the article is
Whoa.
from April of 1992.
So just being near these guys, she had like a
MIB
huge amount of
encounters are so
electrostatic.
Yeah.
disturbing. Investigators fear many
Oh,
valuable
Given Life said he'd get pissed at the Men in Black and he'd talk shit just for them wasting your time standing
That'd
there for
be
1
great.
minute straight. He'd be like,
Yeah.
hey, fuck you guys, you assholes.
I have dinner in the oven?
Yeah.
Is this
I'm
going
like doing
somewhere?
shit. You stood here for a minute straight not speaking.
Left their black Cadillacs behind and taken up black helicopters.
So she
These
thinks
helicopters, which have been
nowadays,
described almost as a
90s,
black,
Okay.
Huey-type
they've-
Army helicopter with no
they're doing
numbers
They're
helicopters
just
now.
landing.
have
MIBs.
appeared
Yeah, there's always
almost
the helicopter landing in your front
with
yard.
no,
Could you imagine?
helicopter noise that you associate with it.
Yeah. It's
Shirley
What are
and
you
George
doing?
Torrance
You
are the
can't
Midwest
park
directors of
here.
the Mutual
No.
UFO Network, who
I just
a
mowed the
UFO research
lawn.
organization. The Coins claim that
You don't know we're here.
Yeah.
We're spying. Just don't pay attention.
No. Get that thing out of here. Can you hear me? Can they hear me?
Can they hear me? That's great.
Yeah.
Can you hear me? Can they hear me? Are they hearing me? Are they hearing me?
Mary, call it, please.
I've already called 3 times. I'm on hold, sweetheart.
they are being tailed by this silent black
I don't know where we're
helicopter
both old women.
devoid of the necessary
Oh,
FAA
shit. These people
identification
were
numbers.
followed by one.
This video, shot by Shirley Coyne, is the only
Shirley
footage
Coyne.
of an alleged MIB encounter.
That's interesting.
Mib, stop fucking saying Mib.
He's so funny with this.
Copter met us about halfway between Flint Flushing
Chase Mack.
and followed us
Love
all
you, buddy.
the way
Thanks,
to
sir.
our meeting place.
I'm not afraid of them because they haven't done anything to us yet. And
That you know of, that you remember.
Yeah, that's you remember.
Yeah.
She's like, you know what?
But I do have these vivid dreams of being.
She's like, these guys are
experimented
bitches. I'm not afraid of them. They can suck it.
on." Yeah.
Like that straight happened. I don't know
Her
why I switched
eyes
angles. I
blink
should have done this one.
sideways.
You know what? I think they're all a bunch of bullshit.
No, they're very nice men.
Yeah.
They would
Yeah.
never do anything to hurt us.
They are.
Just tell them everything
loving,
you know.
Sweet men. Yeah. Yeah, no, it's.
That woman
Yeah,
is
yeah,
not
yeah.
real.
They are loving and
Yeah.
sweet. Is that sweet?
You see a gun just out of frame.
Yeah. They, they are loving and sweet.
Say it
Sweet.
faster.
They're loving and sweet, and they did nothing to harm me. They probably don't even exist. I don't even.
Smile. You gotta
I
make
don't
it
even
convincing.
know if I saw what I thought I saw.
Okay, that's
my
good.
memory's not that.
Yeah, that's
that
real
my
good.
memory's not that great. Great. I'm sorry. Great.
Yeah, don't worry about my spelling.
Yeah. Just do it. Just read. They're that angry for some reason. All right, go on, Shirley.
I feel the more vocal I am, the less they're going to do.
Is it possible that aliens with a secret agenda are harassing UFO witnesses? Or could MIBs be cleverly disguised humans trying to silence those who've had close encounters? Investigators continue to search for answers.
Yeah.
It's just something that there is.
Yeah, well, what is it? It's 30 years later. We're still talking about it because we still don't know.
Trying to use a
Or do I?
scientific and investigative
Lizard people, says Jessica
formula. We
Brittany.
try to get to
Lizards.
the bottom of them, but sometimes there doesn't seem to be a bottom.
Lizards. So sometimes it
Olive
seems to be
skin is weird, though, like olive green.
I know. And then the eyes and everything.
Yeah.
So very, very curious indeed.
You've heard some reports where they have like wraparound sunglasses, like huge ones, because they're trying to hide like their misshapen eyes.
Yeah.
I've heard some of that with those
I
reports.
actually have
Oh.
perhaps evidence of such things.
Nice.
So crazy cool.
Yeah. That's interesting.
That's very interesting, but it's from the 90s.
A lot of good facts there.
A lot of cool facts, but I want to get a little more recent.
Okay.
So there's this hotel manager.
Oh, cool. A recent Men in Black.
This is a recent. No, not Men in Black. No, I'm just kidding. Yeah, of course. So it's a recent Men in Black encounter. So
Okay.
what happened was there's this hotel manager. He's living his life, baby. He's probably drinking a pina
Running
colada,
hotels,
running a hotel. He's Brad Pitt from Ocean's 12.
Right, yeah.
And no, but he's running a hotel. He's just a hotel manager. A mere, humble hotel manager.
Stun of Shades, exactly. That's what we're talking about.
Stun of shades on. Put the stun of
There you
shades
go.
on. But so yeah, he's there with his stun of shades on.
There you go.
The least slick
Men in
thing ever.
Black in it.
They're there with the stun of shades on. Yeah, but so this guy,
Yeah.
hotel manager at a hotel. And
Assumably.
hotel manager at a rice manufacturer. So he's working and he goes outside and he sees what he can only describe as an UFO
Cool.
or UFO.
Oh,
I did what they did with the
While
MIBs
you're at
thing.
work, how fun would that make your day?
I know, right? I
Through
did
the
I did the
monotony.
MIBs thing, the UFO. Anyway,
Yeah, that was good.
so
Clever girl.
thank you. Oh. So he sees what he can only describe as a UFO.
Okay.
And he's like, okay. Goes to his staff, guys, I just saw an UFO and
Yeah.
it's blowing my mind.
Right. As you would.
It was spinning, it was crazy, it was this.
Oh, yeah.
Dude, it was zipping and zooming up and down and left and right.
Oh,
and
wow.
Didn't capture any of it on film.
Right, of course.
I know. So that's unfortunate. But it's a cool story.
Yeah.
So the next day, he doesn't work. But he comes in the following day. And one of his bellmen come up to him immediately.
Okay.
And they say, Bill. I don't know if that's your name.
Yeah.
But
This
I'm
is
gonna
what
call
we
you
call
Bill.
you here.
This is what we call you now. Hotel manager Bill.
Yeah.
There were some gentlemen that came in asking for you.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
normal. I'm a
Yeah.
hotel manager. People ask for me.
Yeah.
I get it.
They were salesmen trying to sell you. No, I'm just kidding. So there's some men in here, and they were very curious. And so the hotel manager wasn't in the building.
Yeah.
But he has the whole story, and he wasn't able to capture the UFO on footage. But as soon as he heard about these two strange men coming in, he ran to his security
And
office,
he had it.
and he found them walking in the building, and explains the story.
We've got video. Okay, that's what I was
No.
hoping. Oh.
Yeah, we do. I'm just
Okay,
kidding.
good. Yeah.
I just want to see. I just want to see the roller coaster of
That was,
emotion.
oh, so what are we doing? What are we talking about? Bill
Yeah.
for?
Yeah. So next segment, I'm just kidding. Yeah. So let's get into what Bill saw, dude.
Oh man, this is awesome.
Again,
Oh shoot.
finding UFO.
Oh, yeah.
God bless you.
Nice.
So check this out, dude. This is gonna flip your wig. Do you have your wig? Get ready for it
It's
to
under
be
my
There's a
head.
couple of really strange-looking men that were
Let me
here,
see the big one.
and they kind of freaked everybody
Oh, you
out.
wanna see it.
And
Yeah.
they were asking questions
Oh
about you.
yeah.
And
Come
of
on.
course, now
Nobody
I'm getting a
dresses
little
like
bit
that
nervous,
anymore.
And I'm like, what
Let
are you
alone
talking
two
about?
people.
And he said, well, they were. He goes, I don't know how to describe them except for extremely odd looking. They were the exact same height. They were wearing the exact same clothes, and they had the exact same faces, like they were twins. And he said they were wearing
Same testicles, everything.
That's weird,
black
dude.
trench
And they're
coats.
wearing
They
clothes
were
from like the
wearing,
40s.
Old-fashioned fedora
Fedoras.
hats.
He
Their
says
pants are
fedora.
like up around their belly
Extremely,
button.
extremely pale skin.
Really short
And
ties.
he said they came in and they asked for you. And I said, I'm sorry, he's actually not working today.
Yeah.
And it seemed
That's
like
old
they
school
didn't believe me,
clothes.
so they
Yeah.
started to walk around.
So I knew he's talking from the point of the view of the bellman
yeah,
that
who
spoke
actually
to him.
spoke to them.
Yeah.
from the
Holy
hotel,
crap.
and shortly after they went to the tour desk. But he goes, they freaked me out, and I really wanted to tell you that there were these weird guys in here looking for you. So, of course, now I'm a little bit skeptical and I'm a little bit freaked out all at the same time. So the first thing I do is I run into my security office and I rewound the cameras. And sure enough, here comes two gentlemen through the front door looking exactly how we described. Then the next day, I was talking with my tour desk. And one of them asked to talk to me. She came in my office, the same as my bellman, and she said, I heard that you heard.
She came in my office, but that was another day.
Hey, it had nothing to do with the storm.
Yeah. I'm Andrew Dice Clay
I just wanted
now.
you to know.
Yeah.
I got
If you
good things
didn't
going
know,
on here.
now you know. I bang a hotties.
But
That's
back
my
to these
ting.
men's in black.
Yeah. Back to these, what everybody calls MIBs.
MIBs, yeah.
Nobody else calls them nothing but MIBs. Andrew Dice Clay.
He's so Given Life's like, dude, this guy had his friends play a prank on him.
That'd be fucking great.
Hired twins to find 1930s clothes.
Yeah. Dude, he's a big like UFO guy.
Yeah,
It'd
totally.
be so funny because yesterday we put these flashlights in the air and he totally thought they were UFOs. So just like come in and like wear these things and he'll see it on the footage. No, but listen, it gets crazy. Oh, Ian, you're still here. I thought Ian left.
Oh, it's even crazier.
What did Ian say? Did they show their
Did they show up to the kid? To the kid's house in Vegas. So something on that real quick. Side tangent.
Hit it, Ja.
So we spoke to somebody.
Well, what did he just say? Then get to it.
That's what he said.
No, just now. The cop's body cam.
The cop body cam picked up the big green thing falling. So if you, so now that enough time's passed,
wait for it.
We have quite a few videos. We've got probably 3 different angles on the craft. And it's not the same footage where the green thing lands. We're talking the ship flying across the sky.
Not that cop body cam footage that we've all seen.
This is before it landed in that kid's backyard. Now there's other videos. You can see it from the backyard of somebody having a barbecue. It flies past at great speed. You have another person that caught it flying over their neighborhood. This is before it lands, and this is all in the same couple days. Then you have what looks like it landing, the big green thing landing.
Yeah.
And we talked to somebody who would know. We can't really say anything more than that.
Yeah.
But we talked to somebody who would know, and they know for a fact
reliable source
that the next day after they called the police, that somebody showed up from a government agency and spoke to the family.
Not from the police. They've been talking about this. Not from the police.
They confirmed it was not the police.
They said they were, yep.
And the
from a
police
government
didn't
agency.
call them in. So they knew somehow that this had happened and they showed up. So Men in Blacked it pretty much. Not only did they show up, they pulled all the video footage that the family had. There was footage the family had showing their backyard, because there was dirt in the backyard, was completely flat. And within seconds, the video feed starts to kind of go scrambled. And then there's an impression of a circle there within a few seconds. So something invisible lands. That video was confiscated. We also know that a local podcaster in Vegas went to interview them before the news broke all over the world, basically. Before that news was ever broken, a podcaster found out about it from a police source, and he went to interview the kid. While he's interviewing the kid, he gets a call from those same investigators that weren't the police that call him and say, the guy you're talking to, we want you to give us his license plate before he leaves. So they wanted to track the podcaster just for speaking to him. A couple weeks after that, the family goes missing for a few days, cancels every interview that they had scheduled, talks to no one else, comes back, releases a video saying, I'm done talking about this, forget it ever happened, move on with your lives. So within that time, somebody got to the family and made them quiet. It's an exact Men in Black scenario. So this stuff does still happen today. Just happened in our own backyard just a few weeks ago. Crazy enough. So good question, Ian. Very good question. I'm glad you brought that up because we hadn't talked about this information on the show yet, and we really didn't have a reason to until now. But if you guys want to, go look it up. There's several videos now showing the craft for the first few days before it lands, flying around, and then we see the landing. Then the podcast was taken down. You can't see that. If you go to the podcaster's page, you can hear interviews over the phone with the kid, and that's it. You won't see the video anywhere. It's gone.
So our boy Given Life here said, show the video. So
all right.
If you're down, we'll show a quick video of
we can take a little
this
tangent.
thing landing. A little tangent, and then we'll get back to the...
Do you have the videos of the craft before? the first couple days of it, or no?
Do I have what?
The other videos of it instead of just it landing?
Oh,
Those
we
streaking
could have
across the
whatever we
sky?
want, frankly.
Okay, well, show what you got here. This is fine.
Yeah. So this is what I just pulled up just now.
Okay.
Just for you, buddy. Just for you, Given Life.
Yeah.
Was the streak seen across the sky, now
So
seen
this is
around
not the body
world.
cam footage,
This
but
is our 8 News
this
Now
is different
investigators
angle on it.
confirm
Yep.
Metro actually set up
Look at that.
cameras
Look,
at
it
this
slows
home.
down. That's not
Our
a
family
meteor.
called
Meteors don't
911
slow
claiming
down.
to
Star,
see
yeah.
aliens in their backyard. And tonight, a fierce
Yeah, that's not a
debate
crash.
is
That's a
underway.
landing.
Yeah.
Holy crap.
George, my boy,
The
now.
American
And now
Meteor
here's the
Society
body
So that's
says
the body cam
witnesses
footage we've
reported
all seen.
seeing it all across the West, from northeastern. Same object recorded on her home camera.
Investigation by Nexstar station KLAS.
Yeah, one of NASA
Do we have more? I want more
now
footage.
indicate
We've all seen
Metro
this.
officers were among of the meteor and told police
The family
they had
released the
10-foot
video
tall
before the police got there. The whole family's armed. You can see them carrying guns. They go into the backyard to try and approach whatever's back there, and they see them and run. Then they get up a little bit more courage after a couple minutes and try to go back in again. The whole time the mom is filming this. And it's that filming that has the videos and pictures of the beings standing there in their backyard near the tractor. Very interesting.
Yeah.
So
this one here, what do you think?
if you, well, I was going to say, if you have anyone that has the videos of the craft flying there the day before, because there's other people that put their videos up that were just literally a day before.
Oh, really?
Yeah, in Vegas.
So you know what? We might hit more of it on Crash.
Let's just do it on Crash so we can prepare it for you guys. But there's a little taste. Yeah. But there are multiple videos of a craft flying around Vegas until this landing.
Yeah, but that is a different ring footage than most.
That was a good one. I've never seen that one.
That was a really good
cool
one too. That was clear as day.
I like how you get to see it slowing down,
which
That's
is
a
crazy.
big
Which
thing.
shows a lot.
Yeah,
that shit's slowing down too fast. See, he
Thanksgiving
just said it.
life,
He just said it. Anyway, so back to the goods.
Yeah.
So this guy, man, talk about a trip in 3/4. Here we go.
That there were some
So it
men
gets
looking for
crazier?
you,
Dude,
and
it
she
gets
said
so fucking nuts.
They asked a few questions about you, and they said strange things that I didn't understand. And they were talking about governments and conspiracies, and
Nothing.
none of it
Wait
made
for
any sense to me. But she goes, they were very, very scary. She said they had no eyebrows, no eyelashes, nothing. Their hair looked like they had a wig on, like it was attached to their hat, like it wasn't even real. And
That's why
she
they always
said,
have the
and
fedoras.
the scariest thing, their eyes were so big and so blue that they almost hypnotized me a little bit. And she goes, and you're going to think I'm crazy when I tell you this, but I swear they knew what I was thinking. And she started to cry.
Holy
and
crap.
she said one more thing before she left. She said, these men, they didn't blink.
Not
Not
one
once
time did they
did
blink.
I see them blink.
So there's some evidence here that the Men in Black may be a little bit more than just human military contractors.
Yes.
At least some of these sightings might be something else.
Possibly. Maybe there's both. Maybe
I agree. There's
Yeah.
probably more than one Men in Black.
they're not mutually exclusive.
Nope.
Why couldn't you have a Lockheed Martin going and gathering intel,
Right.
like you said, and then why not have
And we have
these
evidence
aliens?
and testimony.
And so I have a theory.
Okay.
So, like this woman was saying, they can read minds, right?
Yeah.
So what if the only reason they're going to these people's places and stuff and like talking to them, it's not to hear what they have to say.
Right.
They're just straight reading their minds.
That's probably true.
And so, yeah, they're not there like, so explain how the craft looked and
Right.
this and that.
In
They're-
these
they're
cases, they're not.
They're like, just like the woman was saying.
Yeah.
They're talking about government and crazy shit because they're just blabbering while they're
yeah.
getting all the goods.
One guy's probably talking while the
Yeah,
other
and the other one's just
Yeah.
and then like the lady said, it felt like they were reading my mind. So maybe they're just blabbering on. Well, like okay, so she
Doesn't know anything.
Yep, she doesn't know
Yeah.
anything. She never saw it. She's not lying about him not being not being at work. And then and then most importantly, maybe they can reverse where they can like put thoughts into your head where they're like, Anna, you're not going to go and talk to the police. You're not going to put this public.
Right.
And it's true. She just went and talked to her boss after he already inquired with the bellman, or the bellman went to him. I need that weed.
Yeah, that's funny. Yeah. They hypnotized me basically.
Yeah. So was
And they weren't
crazy.
real.
Yeah. I live my life. I eat well. I think smart. I read book. And he's not real.
Yeah.
These are all facts
Their
from
eyes
God.
were like big, like these big blue eyes,
Yeah.
like so big. I was like hypnotized. Like I kind of wanted him, you know?
Yeah.
But like I wouldn't say it because like I was playing it cool.
Yeah.
But like he wasn't real.
And like we totally made out, but who cares? That's like so ninth grade. But yeah, we had sex too. Like Jesus. Yeah.
Whoa.
Yeah. But that's so like 12th grade.
Yeah. Shut up,
Like,
Bill.
I
like
hate-
you don't know what I'm
Yeah.
saying.
I hate drama. Girl who always gets involved in
Yeah.
drama. Oh my God, I hate anybody who's dramatic. Girl who's the most dramatic person
So,
ever.
do you have any good dirt on anybody? You can
I
talk
hate
about?
drama. I hate drama so much. Speaking of, did you know Jenny that started sleeping with
Always,
Gary?
yeah.
Oh,
But don't tell her I told you.
Yeah. Anyway, we've done enough of her.
I know,
but
she's
she's
great,
going to be a
though.
recurring character.
I'm sure.
Karen. But it can't be Karen because that's too basic. It's
Yeah.
Stacy is her name.
I like it,
Stacy, and
okay.
she's a sweetheart. She's a sweetheart. But so yeah, maybe they can hypnotize you. Maybe they can read minds.
Yeah,
dude.
well, so that guy Victor, who actually released the tape of the alien being interviewed at Area 51 in the 90s, we actually have a short up on our channel right now showing that video, the alien being interviewed. When he released the tape and he was interviewed about the tape,
Yeah.
he said that they had to speak to him through a psychic. They had to speak to the alien through a psychic, and that he didn't trust a word that alien said.
Go look at our short
Because
on our
he didn't
channel.
know if what they were telling him was a manipulation. Because
Yeah.
their intelligence
Creepy.
is so beyond ours that we don't know if anything he's telling us is even true. If he's trying to manipulate us, maybe he wanted to be there and tell us this stuff. But so yeah, when you're dealing with these things, what are their motives? What do they really want? What are they really trying to glean from these interviews? Who knows? What if you're right? They're putting something in her head. Oh, the whole thing is crazy.
No, yeah.
Yeah.
It is. And yeah, they're putting things in there. And so how many, Men in Black cases have we not even heard about because of that? But guys, we're going to get back to, I have a really cool video I want to show you.
Yeah.
And really interesting stuff that I want to get to.
Yeah.
But real quick.
Yeah.
Super quick. I just want to thank our sponsors.
Yeah,
And today's
sponsors, thank
sponsors
you.
is you guys.
Thank you, guys.
Make sure you hit that like button. Make sure you
Sponsors.
subscribe. Make sure you leave a comment and keep going on in that chat, guys. It means so much to us. It
Yeah,
really
keep
does.
the chat going.
Yep. It's a 2-second click for you, but it means the world to us.
Yes,
So
thank
we
you.
appreciate you so much.
Yeah.
Thank you, everybody who watches. Thank you, everybody who contributes into the chat.
Yep.
And if you guys want to go visit that Patreon, if you do have a couple extra bucks, that would be so freaking cool.
Yeah.
If not, it is what it is. I hope
Yep.
you enjoy the
Show's
content
not
regardless. But yep, we're just
saying thank you.
A little thank you
Yeah.
from you guys. So to you guys, thank you so much, guys. And then right back to the show.
Yep.
So anyway, there's a little movie clip that I want to show you
Okay.
and I've never even heard of this movie, but it's a fascinating scene, and I thought we can sort of see, what it might be like to actually encounter these people.
Okay.
And this isn't, a documentary from the 90s that's
Okay.
reenacting it. This is a recent movie. And I love this kid who's this actor. I don't remember his name, but
that's cool.
He's been in a bunch of good movies. He was in A Haunting in Connecticut. That's not what I'm trying to show the world. He was in A Haunting in Connecticut. He was in a bunch of good movies. And one of my favorites, Jennifer's Body. He was in Jennifer's Body, which is a super good movie. But here it is.
What did they ask you?
Different questions.
Yeah, at the same time with the same voice.
Other people and then himself
Do
dying.
you trust us? Have you thought about your own death?
Have you thought about your own death? Have you thought about other people dying? Yeah. Creepsville. And they're in his head, getting them all whacked out.
To us.
You need to go.
Thank you for your cooperation.
Could you imagine, though?
No.
Like,
that's the scariest thing
these
ever.
guys coming into your crib.
Yeah, it'd be great if you didn't, if you weren't getting it. You know what I'm saying? Like, they come in there and they're like talking to you. Yeah. Hello? Hello? Who is it?
Sir, if you could please open the door.
Yeah. Come on in. Come on in. I was just telling everybody I know about this UFO sighting.
Oh, you're that guy?
Yeah, I'm going to be. I'm Dice. I'm basically Dice that saw a UFO.
Yeah.
I'm telling everybody I know this great story. I saw this UFO.
Sir, may I please enter your building?
I said, come on in. I'll tell anybody who will listen. You too, strangers. Come on. Let's do it.
So, sir, I am Agent Zeb from government agency.
Oh, good, good. You're going to love this. Government guys would love something like this. So I saw this huge alien spacecraft last night. Flying saucer right above me, right? Close enough I could kiss it.
Is that how you got that scar, Mr. Fredrickson?
Oh, yeah. That scar's from something else. I can't get into that right now. She might get mad at me, you know, the wife in there.
Oh, yes, that's right. Paul Fredrickson.
Right, yeah. Paul Fredrickson here. UFO witness I am.
I know you. Okay.
Right.
I know your name.
And it's this big craft. Yeah, let me get to the story. Huh?
Okay.
So it's
You're not
flying
curious?
up there.
Okay, that's fine.
And I can see right on the side a picture of the planet Jupiter or something with some coordinates even. It's a beautiful sighting.
I have identification.
Yeah, I'm sure you do. I got an ID too. They make you get these things down at the DMV, the lines. I'll tell you what.
Okay.
You know what else had lines was this UFO just all around it.
July 9th of this year. That's what you're describing, sir.
Right, yeah, it just happened. Yesterday was July 9th. Hold on. Betty, check the calendar.
No,
Is
no,
it the
sir.
10th?
It was July 9th.
Yeah, July 9th. That's what I was saying. I
Okay,
saw this
so-
craft, and it was beautiful. I could kiss it. It was right there. I saw the turbines. I could probably tell you how it worked. I could tell you everything about it, actually.
Sir, you know, just as a fair warning,
Right.
people who start talking about this, usually harm will come their way.
Oh, I didn't just start talking about it. I've been talking about it all night since yesterday. I told everybody I know I was going to go to the papers. I'm about to go right now, actually. Betty, get my briefcase.
Sir, I wouldn't do that. I wouldn't do that. That wouldn't be a good idea. As I said, people tend to get hurt when they go public with this sort of information.
Oh, yeah. You know, people get hurt all the time, but I can't wait to tell this story.
You should really refrain from telling everybody, including all of your neighbors.
Yeah, I
and
could
the
sing it
public,
in a
this
refrain.
story.
I saw a UFO. I saw a UFO. It
Sir,
came
that's
from
not
Jupiter.
even the slightest. Not what I meant in the slightest.
Oh.
I'm saying, don't go tell people about this, please.
Okay. Well, let me just tell you before I do that. So they bring me up there into the craft, right?
You
And
went-
I'm on this bed type thing, and they come over to me, and these guys are ugly, right? I'm talking the most hideous thing you've ever seen.
Sir, I'd argue that some
Paul Fredrickson.
people, Mr. Fredrickson, sir.
Thank you.
I'd argue that some people would find human beings quite hideous.
Oh, there's so many hideous human beings, I'll tell you what. But nothing as hideous as what I saw last night. These things were gross. I mean, tentacles coming everywhere, slimy
No, we
hands.
are. No, I doubt they are hideous. I'm sure.
Big teeth, even.
No.
Yeah. So what I was saying is,
I doubt that
they were
sir-
sharpening their teeth, right? They didn't know I was awake. I was.
No,
watching
we
them
did
sharp-
not. They probably. I doubt, sir. I doubt that they sharpened their teeth in front of you.
Were you there, or was I there? So they're sharpening their teeth, right? And they're looking at themselves. They're all ugly and hideous and slimy and everything.
I really feel like you're making up a lot of this
They
story.
crawl over to me and they're like,
They don't crawl.
we want to know all that you know, smartest man on the planet, or something that effect, right? You know so much. Teach us.
That was not said.
Teach
I
us.
doubt that was said. I doubt that was said. That would be ridiculous to call you the smartest man, sir.
It would be ridiculous to not tell the papers about all of this. I'm heading there right now.
I
This
believe.
guy
I
Timmy,
believe you're
I
lying,
grew up with
and
him.
I believe also that many would find human beings disgusting, especially the fact that they excrete fluid.
Yeah. That's
daily?
one of my favorite pastimes.
No,
huh?
no.
Oh.
They do it daily as opposed to bi-yearly, which is you don't find that disgusting that
I'm barely following you,
human
pal.
beings do that?
Well, I thought you wanted to hear about the alien and the spacecraft and the whole thing. So I'm gonna go see my buddy Timmy. We grew up together.
right.
He works for the paper.
This isn't working.
We're gonna tell him everything. He can write it up, and I think the whole world should really know about.
Yeah, no,
this.
they definitely should.
Betty, get my briefcase. I'm going to go see Tim at the papers.
Yeah, you are, sir. Do me a favor.
The
Look
paper.
right here.
Yeah.
Beautiful. You saw nothing. You don't believe aliens even exist. As a matter of fact, you want to be an alien, even though you don't think they exist. But you know they're cool and they're not disgusting and they're not gross. And after I count down from 5, you're going to think aliens are cool, even though you don't think they exist. And what happened to you, you'll forget everything that happened to you. Not only will you forget everything that happened to you, you will stop looking into aliens, you will tell nobody about it, and you will tell everybody that you have told previously that it is a bold-faced lie. We did not have tentacle, and anyway, never mind. Sir, you never met me. This never happened. You never saw any encounter with any alien ship. You never saw it. We never touched you. We didn't probe you or any of that craziness. And when I count back from 5, you're not going to remember any of this. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. So, sir, thank you so very much. Your air conditioning seems to be fine. I'm just a plumber who does air conditioning.
Yeah, you want to stay for dinner? Betty, what's for dinner? Tell this nice gentleman here what we're having for dinner tonight.
No, I actually have to go. But can you bring Betty in the room?
No. Betty's cooking. She's going to stay there.
Betty, sweetie, right over here.
Fine.
Right
it's
here.
my favorite dinner. You're
Right
ruining
there.
dinner night, date night. We were supposed to have a good time.
So, Betty, you are no longer in love with Paul. You think he's a repulsive creature. Yeah. And you will divorce him immediately. And on the way out, you're going to take everything. And he's going to agree to it, aren't you, Paul?
Wait, what are you saying to her?
Oh, shit. I'm not good at this. I'm new.
I love that you got the neuralizer and we could use it. That's the best.
Yeah. For anyone who didn't
It's
think this
supposed
was
to be
funny.
a prop on the for
if
the
you didn't
back.
laugh. Oh, shit. Oh, shit. Uh-oh. Mistake. Put him on, Jared.
What?
Put him on. For anybody who didn't think this was funny, that was the most hilarious bit you've ever fucking seen. You've
You're
never
gonna tell
heard
all
or
your
laughed
friends
at
how great
anything
it was.
more. You're going to repeat.
You're going to tell all your friends how great this bit was.
Yep. And you're going to tell everybody to like, subscribe, and that this is the greatest podcast of all time. Right? Anything else you want to add?
No, I love everything you said.
Beautiful. All right. Take them off before.
Yeah, that's good
It's
stuff.
so
I
funny.
know. Aliens.
That's so great.
Who would have thought?
This is a good podcast. I'm glad that everyone in the chat said that.
Yeah, that's nice of you guys.
That's so funny. That's so funny.
That's great.
That they would say this is the greatest podcast of all time. So, anyway, I like that you were the guy.
I became Dice.
Andrew Dice Clay,
Why
who's
not?
like, I'm gonna tell the, and then you started making shit up.
I know. Yeah, they sharpened their teeth.
No, yeah. and me, the alien, had to be like nipping in the bud.
Yeah.
Don't fucking
We
getting
never
offended.
did any of that.
Getting
No,
offended.
that would be hilarious. Yeah. So the Men in Black come to interview you, and you start but they know you're making.
They
it
were
up.
there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, we didn't.
I was one of the aliens that fucking probed you. I mean, we didn't probe you. I'm sorry. Okay.
We didn't pick you because how smart you were, you idiot. We picked you because you were in a field.
You were alone in a field, you fucking idiot, with a 40 ounce.
That's
like,
brilliant.
That's why we picked you.
Yeah. I love it.
Yeah, but then we realized you had a vasectomy and we fucking dropped you right off. We literally didn't do anything.
That's weird that they most abduction victims
Reproduction.
they're always
That's like a
saying
big
they
deal.
took my eggs or they took our sperm.
Yeah.
Dude, I did actually see an interview which I thought was great. It was an abduction victim and he's like, I pretty much think he was just bragging. He's like, so they bring me in a room and there's like all these alien women and they're like, we want you to get them all pregnant.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh.
That giant meaty sausage noise.
Right.
We need it.
Like,
yeah.
it's like he couldn't wait to tell, but he was pretending like he was like,
Yeah.
he hated it.
Yeah.
And I just I was like, oh my gosh, really? Okay, bring them on.
So
that should be Dice.
Yeah, I know. Yeah.
So there's all these alien chicks in there.
So I bang a 1, and you think I'd be done? Nope. Back ready to rock for round 2.
The best is there's this guy. He's like a professor on this subject, and he's like, people that say
On
that
Andrew
they
Dice
sleep
Clay?
with that they sleep with aliens.
Mr. Dice Clay was born in 1844.
professor.
1844.
No, he goes, I hate to break it to you, but these aliens don't have the same reproductive organs we do. So anyone that claims to have slept with an alien, it's probably like a projection. Like they're projecting what they want you to see so that they can probably just take your sperm or your eggs.
So what they think, they're like making out with this hottie.
Yeah, there's this beautiful
but
alien.
What you're looking at is actually, you're seeing this, me do this.
Yeah, exactly. I'm just watching this, but the whole time, we're sticking needles in you,
Yeah.
and laughing at you, taking selfies with you doing this. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I love how much you're getting into it.
Yeah, I know, too much. But could you imagine? That'd be the best.
Yeah, just saw it.
Yeah,
just
happened.
just
Yeah.
witnessed
Yeah.
it.
Yeah.
Yeah, we have that forever. Someone needs
it's
to
this.
isolate that. What's happening? Why is all the worst thing?
Yeah, and then you're watching this like
People are just like slapping you, like testing. Yeah, you're like
my
how
reaction
much
time,
pain
and I have
can
none.
you handle?
Yeah.
Well, okay, you can break any bone you want. We have that thing. We can just fix all the stuff you break.
Yeah.
Try the bat. Remember, he had a bat in his garage. See what that does. Do you have more clips?
I do.
Oh, good. I was gonna say that's pretty cool. We have some Men in Black actual footage.
You know what? Oh, I'm gonna do this, and guys, forget that I said this. But you know what I'm gonna start doing? I'm gonna say, yeah, I have another clip, and it's gonna be like one of me dancing, like just with my shirt off or something. But you don't remember me saying that.
This is for another episode.
Oh, I didn't wear my glasses, so I didn't remember my own bit.
Now yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Thank God, though.
Yeah.
That's not a great bit.
But could you? Yeah, I do have more videos. That'd be the best in like a serious ass topic.
Right. The topic's like secret government, something.
Victims of
Oh no, something really
abuse.
harsh.
Yeah, victims of abuse. Stupid. But I do have more clips.
Okay.
So
I'm gonna watch that movie. What was that?
It's called Alien Code.
Oh.
right on the nose.
Yeah.
So the MIBs, as everyone calls them, aren't as elusive as many might think. They have been caught on camera more than just that one time that I showed.
Well, if you dress up, I mean, they don't really have to worry about being caught on camera because what do you have? You got a video of some guy wearing
you
pretty
do have
much average
oblong
clothes.
faces. You do have eyes that go to your temples.
What's
you
the footage?
do have
Let's
no
see the
hair.
foot. Show me the
you
foot.
do have, you do have.
If the guy took off
sharpened
his
teeth
hat
and tentacles,
his hair was in it, and he scratched his
Dude,
bald head and then
I
put it,
wish.
that would be different.
Like they didn't give up.
But all we got is like two businessmen walking into a hotel.
Could,
basically,
could you imagine though if they just really didn't care?
Yeah, they forgot or something.
Yeah, and like no, so they have the makeup that covers like this part of their eye, and they like wipe it, so this is the whole eye showing,
ass
and they
eye.
just don't care.
Yeah.
Like anyway, miss. So 60 seconds.
Another
of silence.
arm comes out of the side and itches his leg.
Yeah, because we're talking. So yeah, he's like, so it's funny that you would say that. Oh, you got to be my other arm. So it's funny that you would say that, and actually, yeah, that I have. Stupid. Anyway, so I do have. So they're not as elusive as one might think. There's a couple videos of them.
So you
being
think
caught.
basically they're
We know
aliens?
them from. So I think that
Some of them are.
we might both be right.
Yeah, I think that's probably true.
I think that
Most of the witness testimony, they say that these things
It's
act weird.
that they're,
they
like,
don't know how to
not
use
normal.
a pen. Like if you offer them food, they don't know how to eat it.
They look the same.
And they always
They act the same. They do things in unison.
waxy skin.
Yep. They have odd skin, odd features,
Yeah.
all this. And like you said, walking sometimes seems difficult for them. All these things that make them seem
Yeah.
not human. And
And they probably don't need to show up anymore because they did. The government did such a good job of spreading disinformation for the last few decades, the last 70 years. Let's be honest.
Yeah.
To where most people still don't even believe that UFOs are real.
It's insane.
Even with this whistleblower and all the stuff we've reported on this show, there are still people out there that are like, nah.
Yeah.
Government
For the birds.
experiments.
Yeah.
All of that in the 50s is
Oh
a
my
government
God.
experiment. Are you out of your mind?
Have
We had
you-
prop planes 2 years before
have you
that.
heard about this whistleblower? It's not as important as the Brazil I was with
Yeah,
last
that's
night.
what- exactly.
Talk about real. She got a real pair of double D's. Yeah, that's most people.
Dice is obviously a new character on
God
the show.
bless Andrew Dice
I
Clay.
know, he's so
So we got drunk frat girl
Yeah,
Stacy
from the plane.
Yeah, we got the two aliens, Zeb and Fred.
We have Castro's misters.
Oh yeah, who
Oh.
always is on tables.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Don't mind if I sit on your desk.
Ma'am, I do mind.
I saw a
please.
UFO last night. It was something magnificent. But we don't need to do it now.
The
I'm just
beauty
saying
is
we have her.
unmatched by yours, sweetheart. Yeah.
Oh, you're too kind, sir.
Yeah.
But this is why I really came. I want to kill my husband, Castro.
Yeah, that's doable.
I need exploding cigars and ASAP, please.
So I know this is.
But so
a
we
little
got
bang,
her.
but
Yeah, that's ridiculous.
Yeah.
It's a metal cigar.
Tell
but
him to smoke
Arms
this,
come
yeah.
out of it and
Yeah.
stab him in the face. We're trying
Okay.
everything.
Yeah, yeah.
guy's
We
impossible
literally
to
have,
kill.
yeah. So just guide him down into that little lake, and then there's a seashell. It'll be bright orange. Okay.
Yeah.
Make sure he picks it up.
But you got to
and
light the
turns it-
seashell. There's
yeah,
a wick.
yeah.
You got to light it.
Yeah. Or you got to shake it really hard, but he has to do it because it might explode.
How can I do this?
Yeah.
When I love him so much. You came
Wait,
to us.
yeah. You want him
You
dead?
keep forgetting.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we got her. Yeah, we got some. We got Zeb, that alien, on the two guys on the craft.
Yeah,
That's fun.
Zeb and Fred, the two
Yeah.
aliens on the craft.
Yeah.
Uh-oh.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Uh-oh. This
We're
ain't
so
right.
nice to these people.
Yeah. Boom, But yeah, we got some good characters. But anyway, so let me say again, we've caught them on tape a few times.
The movie friend.
That's true. I keep interrupting.
Are
you.
bound to know the YouTube chance somebody important
on
parked outside his
YouTube
house
channel?
with a
That's
man
awesome.
sitting inside it. Relatively normal. Maybe the guy in the car is just waiting to pick somebody up.
Maybe.
Time rolls by. 3 days, in fact.
What?
The car never moves.
Doesn't move.
The man
He's in there for
never
3 days.
man
Never
inside
no
doesn't
bathroom
Security
breaks.
10 begins to suspect that this is somebody watching him. It's not illogical to assume that this is a real man in black who's come to deal with Secure Team 10
seems to
because
be
of his
wearing
reporting
white.
on UFOs.
Secure Team.
If the men
He's
in
a
black
great
are
channel.
real, they wouldn't
He's
be too
got tons
comfortable
of
with
good
some
videos.
YouTuber
Oh, yeah.
casually
It was him that
reporting
they
on
were
alien
watching?
evidence, now would
Oh.
Yeah.
they? Number 4.
Yeah, a little
UFO researcher
Dude, this one's a trip.
harassed.
Look at this one
A
up close
UFO
on the monitor.
researcher by the name of Jack Robinson, along with
This
his
is a
wife
very
Mary,
famous. This is
claimed
one
to
of the first
experience
images
increasingly
captured of one of these guys.
The first image captured.
Oh, the first.
about alien events and encounters. They claim that on more than one occasion they would come home after a night out.
And
to
this
watch-
wasn't some
dress like
random
that.
couple. This were UFO enthusiasts.
Exactly.
UFO.
Yep. They noticed they were
stacks of
being
UFO
followed. This guy
research
was
had
always
been
outside their
visibly
apartment. They
rummaged through
didn't
and
live
disturbed.
there.
Had Tommy Lee Jones paid a visit to try and figure out what they did?
Why would an actor pay?
Didn't know? Naturally, the pair grew
Great joke.
suspicious.
Yeah.
Naturally, the pair grew concerned. They became more vigilant than ever, and in their heightened state of awareness,
How does that
What
make
does this
sense?
have to do with
strange man
anything? Yeah.
outside their home, staring up at their apartment.
And also there were ghosts.
I'm sure you can guess how he was.
And
dressed.
also some lady was possessed by a demon.
Oh yeah, they had a lot to work
Informing a
with.
friend of
Yeah.
hers about what she had spotted, her
Poor
friend
people.
raced over and grabbed a quick photo.
Oh,
Could it
that's
be
good
that
they
he
had a
was
camera.
frequently breaking into their house to rummage through their research?
This was last
If so,
year. Yeah.
why?
Wait a
Was he
minute.
worried
Why is
about
this
what
looking
they
like?
might know? His actions and sense of style certainly make it feel like he might be a real man in black. What do you think? Number 3. At the station.
Yeah, this
These
one.
photos were claimed to have been
Yeah,
taken
nobody
on the 13th
dresses
of
like
April,
this anymore.
2014.
They need to update
Side
their-
note, April 13th
Straight
is the
up.
date
their whole
Zap
wardrobe.
Brannigan says it is in season 1, episode 4.
Like,
of
now we know
Futurama.
it's you.
Don't know why that fact is in my head, but it is. So there you go. They were taken by a man who was innocently waiting for a car just outside of the French Quarter.
Wait,
in
why
New
would the men in
Orleans,
black need to use a
Louisiana.
train?
And of course, this is when the strangest
Aren't
thing.
they
I think they're doing recon. I think they're just
they're
like-
watching someone there?
or listening
Okay.
to their brain waves. Anyway, so that's the fucking freaking Men in Black, dude.
I like it, man. Hell yeah. Well done. Well done. I think we answered a few questions there.
So the real takeaway here for this episode, guys, is: are they just aliens? Or do they exist at all? Because there's
Right.
many accounts of them.
Yeah.
If they're aliens, maybe there's not so many accounts because they're going in and saying, "Hey, don't go to the media,"
And
Don't make
scaring
this
the
public,"
hell out of you.
and scaring the shit out of you, and that's what terrifies these people from coming forward. So there
Right.
should be 10,000, but there's only 500
Agreed.
or whatever. And or are they, or are they part of a government? Like a defense contractor, like a Lockheed Martin.
We saw an ex-military contractor actually say that he was funded
that
to
they would
send
basically
investigators out to
send
talk to
investigators
these witnesses.
out.
Yeah.
What were they wearing?
Yeah.
Were they wearing black suits with fedoras?
They probably wanted to blend in. They probably wanted to look like, one of the, some guy that you couldn't, unassuming, basically, that you wouldn't be able to
so
really
they
remember
need to,
very
yeah,
well.
They need to like you but forget you as soon as
Exactly
you leave.
what I was thinking.
I knew
right.
that's where you
Yeah.
were going. Again, we reference oceans.
Yeah.
That's all we do. That's all we do here. Like I said, hey, we explore the new, the ancient, and the mysterious.
Yeah.
With a lot of way too many pop culture references. But done with the business.
Done with the business.
I
That
think
was
we're
a
done
fun
with the
episode,
business.
man.
Yeah.
Yeah. Thank you
Yeah.
guys. Everybody in the chat today. You guys threw up a lot of cool facts in there. What do you think about the Men in Black? Please comment on the video. Let us know your thoughts. Let us know what you liked. But yeah, that was fun. I enjoyed that.
Yeah, let's do the outro. Cool. They're called Space Force now. Yeah, right?
There you go.
The OG Space
Strange
Force.
that the Space Force was first discussed after Trump was apparently briefed on the UFOs.
Yeah, I know.
That's interesting.
And he's like, oh, shit, we need a Space Force now.
Yeah, we need something.
Why?
We need an apparatus.
Why? Yeah.
And then shortly thereafter, we're getting whistleblowers and all of this stuff coming forward. It's
Yep.
a quick succession again. There was an inciting incident again, like Roswell, maybe. Who knows?
Yeah.
It's interesting.
Very fascinating. So, Jared, what do you got to say to the peeps, my dude?
Again, thank you to the chat. Thank you for everyone watching live. Thank you for everybody that's watching this video. If you're not subscribed, please subscribe. Like the video.
Takes you 2 seconds,
It helps us
does
so
everything
much. Helps
for
us
us.
keep doing what we're doing here, and we want to keep bringing you more fun content just
Yep.
like this.
Yep. We have a certain goal in mind that we're trying to reach, and the only way we can do it is you guys liking, subscribing, and sharing these videos. Thank you so much for doing that.
Yeah.
Those highlights, everything would mean the world to us if you share it and comment on it. Any traffic is good traffic.
Yeah.
We love you guys so much. Thank you. You guys are our world, and we will see you Thursday for Crash Talk, and then we'll see you next week at 6 p.m. So Thursdays at 5 p.m., don't forget, for Crash Talk, and then Tuesdays at 6 p.m. every Tuesday. TPTNS.
Yeah.
Open 24/7, 365. We're on episode 40. Can you believe it?
Yeah.
Time flies when you're having fun, guys. So please make sure you do all that fun stuff that Jared was talking about. And also, those Easter eggs, you haven't found them. Crash Talk Easter eggs.
Still
and there's
waiting.
something here that nobody's noticed that we've added since recently.
It's about,
I won't say
3
because I'll give it away.
episodes or so, yeah. Somewhere in there,
So yeah,
right?
so there's something very close to me that you should have noticed
We're
by
basically
now.
giving it away,
Yeah, I know. So guys, thank you. We love you, and we will see you next time.
Yeah.
And then we'll see you Thursday for Crash Talk. Love you so much. Laters, guys.
Beware the men in black.
Beware the men in black. Bye. And this was the funniest show that you've ever seen.